about 10 p.m. and they agreed with my proposal, which was in accordance with the Constitution as it was then. The proposal was that although the President had no constitutional powers to disband the commission once appointed, however, the Constitution at that time provided only a minimum of members of the Electoral Commission. So consequently, he could appoint additional members. So I say the way I can help them is through that way, or advise the government. So we agreed that they should go and nominate, give me a list of persons from whom the President can, in his absolute discretion, appoint. I informed them that such persons should not be officials of the political party or any party, or be active members of their party or any party, or be persons known to belong to their party or any party. Furthermore, such persons should be persons of integrity, well respected in society, persons who had retired honorably from public or private sectors, or well-known senior professionals, or persons known for their independence of mind. In short, they should be persons of gravitas. As Nigerians would say, persons of legal luminaries. In view of the constitutional discretion vested in the President, I asked each leader not to give me a list where they have all sat down and agreed, but each leader had to submit a list to me separately. I can tell you, within 2 days, I received from each letter suggesting, in fact, there was no list which had suggested names of under 12. Some had 16, 14, 15, whatever. And the letters, I can tell you, they must be there in the Attorney General's office, were actually signed by the leaders, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, Honorable Mwai Kibaki, Kijana Wamalwa, Martin Shikuku, and so on and so on. At that time, we were dealing with about 9 opposition political parties, but these were the major ones. And the leaders applied their mind to it and produced those lists. That point is going to be important on how a political party can nominate. It should really be at a very high level, under the signature of the president, party leader, and so on. Now, I examined all those letters. I can tell you that 3 or 4 names appeared in nearly all the lists. 3 or 4 names. My memory is going short, but I know Kenyatta was one of them who appeared in almost all the lists. There was Harry Mule, a former PS Treasury, again, whose name appeared in nearly all the lists. And there were others. I can tell you the president, when I showed him and analyzed the situation, he had no problem whatsoever in appointing the names which were common in all the lists. And that's how the additional names to the Electoral Commission were appointed, in addition to those already appointed by the President earlier. After the IPPG of 1997, it was agreed that KANU nominates for appointment 11, and the opposition parties nominate for appointment 10. And they did so. And the Electoral Commission was the largest I ever know, had 21 members. You know, elected or appointed by the president on the nomination of political parties, direct nominations, political parties. And like before, in my situation where I said, give me a number of names and we shall decide from there. They were just appointing a name and that is it. Of course, you'll agree with me that 21 members are a bit unwieldy. But let me remind you that this is the Electoral Commission which delivered the 2002 general elections, whose results were uploaded and accepted locally here in Kenya, regionally and internationally. And I believe it was the only general election in the multi-party era, and that is after we amended the constitution, where